Suspect west on Hall Road.
Baker 5 is en route.
Hey guys, welcome to Lion's Tactical and Survival Supply. Today I'm going to do a quick product review on the Gerber Covert Folder. Now this is the modern day EDC folding version of the blade of the knife that we are all somewhat familiar with from World War II, the one that was originally designed by Rex Applegate and William F. Fairbairn. And I think they've done a really good job in adding some of the same things that we all love about that original Applegate Fairbairn knife into this covert folder. So let me give you an idea of some of the things that I'm gonna go ahead and open this. So this is brand new. This is an uncarried knife right now. It's something that I just wanted to bring to you, give you my ideas about, and share a little bit of information about it, and just see if I can help you in your decision-making process as to whether or not something like this could actually work for you as an EDC tactical blade. So right out of the box, first thing that I notice is it's just about perfect in weight, meaning it's a little over 4 ounces. So, you know, that's not the lightest EDC type knife that they've got out there, and it's by far not the heaviest. So it's, to me, that's just about right. That feels substantial enough, yet, you know, not like overbearing, and it's certainly not too light. It's real easy on a EDC tactical blade to have it at one end of the spectrum or the other. It's just either so heavy that it feels like you're holding a brick, or it's so light it feels like it could blow out of your hand at any time. So this is kind of right in the middle and just about perfect. Now this is a reinforced fiberglass, reinforced nylon handle on this thing. This grip is really nice in the sense that it's got a texture to it. And so if you've ever been in a situation, and I've certainly been in those situations where you're sweaty, maybe covered in blood, as a police officer, I've certainly been in those situations. It doesn't matter if it's your handgun or if it's a blade or any other tool, even an expandable baton or a can of pepper spray, anything like that. When you're very, very sweaty, or when you're blood soaked because you're in the middle of some sort of a fight or something like that, it gets very difficult to maintain that control. This particular knife has these grooves that are cut into the handle, and that finish of that reinforced nylon grip that makes this feel like you could hold on to this in just about any situation. So that's a couple of things that you notice right out of the box. Now it's got this pocket clip on it, and that pocket clip can be moved to the other side. So as you notice, your thumb button is on both sides. So this is an ambidextrous design, meaning that if you're right-handed or left-handed, you're going to be able to carry this. Now, you cannot, obviously you can't flip the clip from end to end. So it's going to go in your pocket whether you're left-handed or right-handed. It's going to go tip down into your pocket. And when you retrieve that, when you open it up, you're going to open it up. The blade's going to be in the down position, and you're going to open it up straight up northbound, regardless of whether it's on your right side or left side. So you can switch sides. You can open it with either hand, but what you cannot do is flip the knife. You're not able to put the clip on this end and actually carry it tip up. So that being said, let's just go ahead and take a look at this. This is, like I said, brand new out of the box. So it is going to be, as most knives are straight out of the box, it's going to be very stiff. And as expected, that's pretty stiff right there. I'm going to go ahead and do that again because I want you to actually hear this. I'm going to open that up again. It's called the Covert, and it's called the Covert for several reasons. No shiny surfaces on it. The blade is a matte finish, special stainless, and we'll get into that in just a minute, but I'm going to hold this close to my mic and I want you to actually listen to this thing lock open. It's really, really quiet. I'm going to do that one more time so you can hear it again. Now once that blade is locked in place, you've got this patented roto lock right here. When you push that up, then you're now unable to take this liner lock and push it over and close the blade. Whether intentional or unintentional, it is very possible to end up closing the blade when you didn't really want to. So on this particular knife, you slide that small roto lock up. You put that in the up position, and this blade, you are not able at that point to then close this blade. So I think that's something that's really good to have. Again, when you're actually in a combat situation, you're having to use your blade like this, the last thing you want to have happen is to have this blade close down on your fingers. So now then, let's talk about that. The blade is open, it's in the locked position. It was very quiet to open it. It's very, very balanced in feel. It's exceptionally balanced, actually. That feels very, very good. This is actually, it's just super nice. The feel of this knife right now, just like this, is wonderful. Super balanced and really, really solid. Now, let's wiggle this blade a little bit. There is no wiggle. You have no play in this blade whatsoever. And you know as well as I do that even the best made things sometimes, just due to the manufacturing process, they're gonna have a little bit of slack, they're gonna have a little bit of play. There's none in this. This thing is absolutely solid. Now, as far as the blade is concerned, the overall length of the entire knife is 8.7 inches. The blade length itself, 3.78 inches, okay? So you're just under 9 inches overall. So that's a fairly substantial knife right there. If this was a fixed blade knife and you were carrying it as a fixed blade knife, that's a good size. Blade length 3.78, closed length 4.9 inches, and the blade tucks fully into the handle. There is nothing left, there's nothing exposed on that whenever it is closed. The locking mechanism again is a liner lock, as we said a while ago. You've got that patented roto lock on the back that you can push into the up position and then keep this blade from closing, whether intentionally or accidentally, down on your fingers. Now they call this a double bevel spear point. And if you know things about knife, then you understand what I'm talking about. That has to do with the shape of the blade down here. So that is a spear point blade. What that means is that maybe in a survival situation, this might not be the best knife or the best blade shape for like a survival situation. So if you're out in the woods, not that this thing is gonna, necessarily be bad for you, but it's probably not gonna work as well as some other blade designs might work. So this is definitely more of a tactical knife. The shape of it and everything else is kind of built into this. This was meant to be an offensive or defensive weapon. So the blade material, 154 cm steel. So if you know about knives, you know that that's a pretty good material to have that blade made out of. It does have some information etched into the knife. It's got Covert Folder on this side with the model number. And then on this side, it's got Gerber USA, and it's also got the Rex Applegate and WF Fairbairn names also in there. Like I said, the blade is a dull finish. Now it's got this secondary edge that's not sharpened. And so this is not a sharp side. So it's not like a dagger where both sides are sharpened all the way down. And you understand that there's reasons that, a blade like this, a knife like this would come like that. So just take that for what that's worth. You do have one sharpened side of this blade. You've got the serrated edge right there that's essentially half the length of the blade and a fourth of the length of the entire knife. So you do have that serrated edge right there. And you've got this lanyard hole down here on the end. So in the event that you actually would want to use this, attach a lanyard to this, you can. You've got a lanyard hole down on the end, and certain situations that's going to be important. So basically, if you take this knife and you decide that you want to go ahead and close that blade, you're going to move that roto lock out of the way. And it's fairly easy to go up there and grab that and pull that down with your thumb. Then you've got your standard liner lock. You're going to push that to the side and then begin to close that blade. It's very, very solid, and again, very quiet. So you can tell from that it closes up really, really well. So black titanium nitride coated 154 CM stainless blade, double bevel blade that's partially serrated down on the end. It does have that false edge on top, and we just talked about that. It's got the Lake Walker interlock manual safety lock. So that's what that roto lock is actually called. That's what that is. It's designed by Rex Applegate. It's got the name of Applegate and Fairbairn on it. It does have the thumb studs, the thumb buttons. They're ambidextrous, so you'd be able to open this up from either hand, and you can move the clip from one side to the other so that you can put it in and carry it either right side or left side. This thing also, like I said, the length on it, you've got an 8.7 inch total length. You've got a 3.78 inch blade, a 4.9 inch closed length. You've got the, let's see, the material on the handle. Again, it's that nylon reinforced, or I'm sorry, fiberglass reinforced nylon. And you've got the grooves cut in it and the texturing on it. So it gives it just a very, very sure grip. So it's a very strong and sturdy knife. If you go and read reviews about this knife, you're gonna find out that it's exceptionally strong, very durable, very dependable. And some additional things that you don't typically hear in a lot of the reviews about this knife that I'd like to add is that it's very, very solid and very, very quiet. So that is an ideal covert folding knife that you can use as an EDC. It's going to be very strong, very substantial, very balanced, very solid in your hands. It's not going to have reflective surfaces on it. And I think, you know, depending on what your mission or what you prefer in an EDC tactical knife, this could be the one that you need. So I tell you what, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today. This knife is available on lyonstactical.com. It's LYONS tactical.com. Feel free to check that out on the website. We've got a lot of tactical blades. Don't forget to go check out that review that I did on the original style Applegate Fairbairn knife. I think you're going to like that, the fixed blade original one. If you have the ability to carry like in your boot or in a sheath on your side, that might be a really good blade for you as well, tactically speaking. But my advice on this one is give it a very serious consideration. I think it's a fantastic knife. It's well made, and I strongly recommend this knife, especially for an EDC type tactical blade. So anyways, guys, that's going to wrap it up. I will definitely be seeing you with our next product on our next product review. And until then, be safe.